Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be recapping day 9 of the Washington Commanders training camp. Also have a big announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. If you guys are new, hit that like button, notification bell as well, and hit that subscribe button. Okay, and just as I finished recording, we got some unfortunate news. So, Emmanuel Forbes came up hobbling after a 7v7 rep versus Terry McLaurin. He limped to the sideline where head athletic trainer Al Bellamy came over to look at him. Forbes is now getting an ice pack wrapped around his upper left leg. So, not great news. I'm not going to go too in depth into it just because, again, this just happened. We don't have a lot of information, and I already made the whole video, but not great news. Upper left leg, I don't know what that is, in terms of what type of injury. Maybe it's a quad, maybe it's something else. I mean, upper left leg, very thankful. It looks like it's not anything super serious, and if he's walking around, it should be good. Hopefully it's not super bad, and maybe he's just out for a preseason game or two, but unfortunate timing because we're a month away from the start of the season. So it could be nothing. He said he was walking around. Ben Stanek did say he was walking around a little bit afterwards, but not good timing at all. So he said now slowly walking around. So hopefully it's nothing bad, but you do not like to see this at all. So now back into the video, and I'll give you guys any updates if anything happens. But let's get started. I want you guys to comment down below who has surprised you the most this training camp, and who has, in a good way and a bad way. So comment that down below. I'll try to answer all those for sure. So let's talk about a little bit of an injury update. Logan Thomas was not there today. A lot of the reporters are saying it's, vet day off. If anything changes, I'll, let you guys know, but not a big deal, but just a little bit of an update there. They've only had 5 tight ends on the roster, and he's been getting a lot of work. He's been doing pretty well. So that's probably why they're giving him a vet day off. They haven't been given a ton, but this is, day 9, so I guess they'll start to give some. They got a week until the preseason starts. Had the first preseason game yesterday, Hall of Fame game. So yeah, I'm super hyped that football is very close to being back. Sadiq Charles was heading inside as position work starts. He's stretched with the team, so Sadiq's still not, he's not back yet. He stretched and stuff, and but not even position work, and not doing 11v11. That just gives Chris Paul more of a chance, and Mason Brooks also a little bit more of a chance as well. So because Chris Paul was working with the 2s, now he's working the 1s, and Mason Brooks can maybe work with the 2s now. And I want to see him get some work with the 1s. He's really impressed. Might have to do a video on this, but that's something I definitely want to talk about is, Mason Brooks and how he's been one of the best surprises of training camp. Might make a couple videos tomorrow. A couple other things. Let's see. Brissett, hit a, deep ball to McGowan, head in the face, and you see what EB said there. He's definitely making his presence felt. He said some other things today too. Mitchell Tinsley brought in a few bombs today. Has wheels, undrafted free agent at Penn State. I still don't, right when it happened, I thought, okay, maybe he was making the team, but after them signing Brian Pringle, they also have Marcus Kemp and, Casimir Allen popping off a little bit. I really doubt that Mitch Tinsley does end up making this team. So that's just my thoughts on it as well. We're also going to be, Terry and Emmanuel Forbes had a little bit of a battle today, and that's something definitely want to talk about. But one of the biggest, kind of funniest things that happened today in practice, 9-on-7, drills, a D lineman jumped early, and Nick Gates, spiked it or threw the ball at him, and Bieniemy wanted none of that. He said, "Get that bleep off the field. We don't do that bleep." And he, got off, and I think, Larson or Ricky Stromberg got in. So, hey, EB does not mess around, and he 100% is making his presence felt. Not only in, the offense in terms of, okay, what plays we're running. They're doing a lot of shovel passes and stuff like that, and a lot of screens, but also in terms of, what he's going to allow to happen on the field. And I love Nick Gates. Like that, again, he's a type player you want on your team, don't want to play against, would hate to play against a guy like him, but he definitely has that intensity, but sometimes a little bit too much. And he's the type of guy that will get you a 15-yard penalty in a game, whether it's, playing a little bit after the whistle, whether it's taunting like that or fights, like that definitely will happen with Gates. So Bieniemy, I think he knows that. And, if it was any other player, I think he would have the same, type of reaction. But definitely with someone like Nick Gates, who has a history of doing this, that's something where you don't want that to boil over to the field and cost you a game. Like the Giants played the Commanders last year, and it wasn't Gates. It was, forgot the guy's name. It was the center, but veteran center, and the Commanders were basically about to lose. The Giants just got a first down, and he flexes on a Commanders player, and they lose 15 yards, and that ended up getting us a tie. If that wouldn't have happened, it would have been a guaranteed basically loss for us. If they just kneel it down or ran a few times and kicked a field goal, we were done. But that saved the Commanders. It didn't end up mattering at the end, but that could have really saved their season. So, you can't have things like that. You definitely can't have things like that. We'll get into Zach Selby in a second. Matthew Paris, let's go ahead and just go through his thing. So Logan Thomas not working with the tight ends. We talked about that. We talked about the Nick Gates thing. Emmanuel Forbes has great anticipation for the ball. As much talk as there is about him producing turnovers, his ability to disrupt plays stand out even more, in my opinion. So, hey, another day of Forbes making PBUs. And then here's how much the offense is struggling today. We just need the 40-yard line, fellas. Nate Cassiel to the third team. Then a false start happens immediately after. So the offensive line, not very clean today at all. Or not offensive line. The whole offense not playing very clean today. I've seen multiple reports of false starts and stuff like that. That is not good. You do not want that. You don't want that. So I bet you EB is furious right now. I bet you he is absolutely furious, and he's definitely going to be talking to the team after practice is over. And then the thing you don't want to see, another botched snap on a field goal attempt. This time they got the kickoff, but Joey Sly missed it as time expired. You do not like to see that at all. Okay, so let's get into the Zach Selby play-by-play real quick, and I'll go through a couple clips. Fans aren't there today at practice, so not able to get, the clips from like Mason and like guys that are usually there, but I'll show you guys some things. Here's the tight ends doing some blocking drills. Nothing crazy right there. I think that's John Bates, and I think the Vikings guy, I keep forgetting his name. And then wide out drills right here, and then we'll just get into the play-by-play. Here it is. Let's go back. Okay. You got Jahan doing a drill. Then you got, I'm trying to see who that is. Can't see the number. It's hard to see the numbers when it's rolled up like that, but doing some drills right there, and just giving you guys a little bit of a visual. Okay, let's go into the play-by-play. So today a little bit of a slow day, but some things definitely happened. So Commanders running inside drills right now. Chase Young got into the backfield and would have blown up Gibson. So, hey, Chase Young keeps balling out. You love to see it. And then Sam Cosmi had a really good pull block on Efe Obada. I really believe Sam Cosmi can be a good player for the Commanders this year. I really do. I know some people don't think he's going to be that good. I think at the very least, if he's healthy, he's going to be average. But I think he has a chance to be close to a Pro Bowl type player at guard. Maybe not this year, but in the next few years, just got to stay healthy. He has a really good, he's got the athleticism, and tackle didn't necessarily work out from the injuries, really bugged him. So that's not going to change from tackle to guard much. The injuries are still going to happen. So that's what he's got to work on. But he's got the athleticism, and I think it'll be a little bit easier for him at guard. Defense gets hyped after Derek Gore fumbles a ball, and Derek Forrest picks it up and runs it into the end zone. So not a good day. Not a good day for the offense. Haven't heard much about picks, but in terms of big players for the offense, not many. Forbes and McLaurin on the first pass of 11 on 11. Result, PBU for Forbes. So, hey, Forbes is racking up those PBUs, and he's been pretty good. I really want to see him in the preseason and in, in the joint practice with the Ravens, when he's going up against OBJ, when he's going up against Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. That'll be a real test for him. That'll be a real test for him for sure. And I think that's when we'll get, a better sense of how he's going to look this year, because, Terry's a good test for sure, but, he's going up against the same player and same offense every day. Let's see what he does against someone like the Ravens. Second team offense got its second false start penalty. The defense is thorough by this. They got to clean that up. Like, that's something you just can't have happen, especially when you don't know how good your quarterback play is going to be, is stuff like that. And then third team offense ends 2-minute drills with a touchdown. Jake Fromm to Bryson Tremaine. So he has been a guy that has been making some plays. Honestly, either the top or second best undrafted free agent receiver that I've heard. Casimir Allen, I've heard. It's either him or Bryson Tremaine. I've heard some things about Mitchell Tinsley, but Bryson Tremaine's been making some plays, so got to give him a shout out for sure. And then let's get an update on the special teams drills. And this is live because I got to go right after this, but just see if we missed anything else. But let's see. Players catching kicks in special teams drills: Casimir Allen, Kyle McGowan, Dax Milne, and Tinsley. So McGowan, he's doing it, but I just really don't see a pathway of him making the roster unless he's elite. At these special teams drills. Mitchell Tinsley, again, same thing. Sorry, not being elite at special teams drills, being elite at returning kicks and punts. But I don't see him or Mitchell Tinsley making unless, again, they're elite at that. And probably same thing with Casimir Allen. And you got Dax Milne as well there. And then we got an interception from Sam Howell. So offense is stinking it up today. But again, this defense we know is better than the offense, but there's going to be some days where they win, some days when they lose. They've been losing more than winning, but the last couple of days they've had some good days. Interception from Howell. He tried to loft it up to Brown, but St. Juice made the leap to secure it. So St. Juice, that's like the first one I've heard where he's had an interception. He's been balling this camp. I want to see him get an interception in a regular season game because he has not done that yet, but he has been absolutely balling during camp, and I think that he, if he keeps it up, and he's just got to stay healthy. It's the same thing with, a little bit, different than Cosme because, St. Juice has probably played better than Cosme for longer, but he's got to stay healthy, man. He's got to stay healthy. He just keeps getting hurt and hurt and hurt. So if he stays healthy, I really think he can be a good cornerback in this league. Maybe even great. Maybe even a Pro Bowl type corner. But he has to stay healthy. Okay, so the two things I wanted to talk about at the end of the video. One is the Discord server. I talked about this before, but did make a Discord server with a bunch of different subscribers so you guys can talk to me, talk to other subscribers. It's a really good community over there, and we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff over there, including some giveaways. Also, I am partnering with BetUS for this football season, so if you guys are into that stuff, use code Pedro for 125% first time deposit match by them. And yeah, they're really, really great, and we'll be doing some giveaways this season, so might give away tickets or jerseys as well. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.